Hello, my name is Danielle Spada. In this bibliography video summary, we'll cover task list section I. I demonstrated lower knowledge in task list section I. My busy exam pretest average scores for this section was 79%. Task list section I covers personnel supervision and management. The three articles that have improved my knowledge of the items in section I include Assessment of Employee Performance by Gravina and Austin, 2021, Using the Performance Diagnostic Checklist Human Services to Enhance Data Collection Procedures in Residential Treatment Settings for Clients with Significant Behavioral Challenges from Gracio and Hunyadi in 2023, and Effects of Feedback Statements on Staff Procedural Integrity by Johnson, Zane, and DeGennaro Reed in 2024. Here I provided the 5th edition task list section I for reference. Assessment of Employee Performance by Gravina and Austin, 2021, expressed that solely relying on annual reviews rather than ongoing behaviors limits the ability to genuinely drive staff improvement. Individual and team performance can be boosted by behavioral assessment models that directly measure observable actions. Direct measurement systems include behaviorally anchored rating scales, or the BARS. The BARS involve rating employee performance based on specific behavioral examples tied to different levels of performance. These scales are customized to the specific job role and outline behaviors that demonstrate varying degrees of effectiveness. This method allows for consistent and objective ratings by providing clear behavioral indicators for each level of performance, minimizing subjectivity and promoting fairness in evaluations. Task analysis and checklists are also suggested. Task analysis break down job tasks into discrete measurable steps or components which can be then assessed individually. Using task checklists, managers can observe and track whether employees complete each part of the task as expected. This approach helps pinpoint specific skills or steps where an employee might need additional support or training. There are indirect measurement systems that are also sufficient for collecting observable behavioral data on staff. This includes the Performance Diagnostic Checklist for Human Services. This checklist is an adaptation of the original Performance Diagnostic Checklist, specifically designated for human service settings, such as in the healthcare or social services. It incorporates unique factors that, within these environments, may arise, including support from supervisors and the availability of client-specific resources. The Performance Diagnostic Checklist Human Service expands on the original Performance Diagnostic Checklist by addressing the nuances of service-based roles, where employee performance is often closely linked to client outcomes. This version focuses on assessing factors such as training, task clarity, and motivational supports specific to human service roles. These checklists are to be used as part of a comprehensive behavioral assessment strategy, particularly in environments where employees face complex tasks or interact directly with clients. By implementing the Performance Diagnostic Checklist or the Performance Diagnostic Checklist Human Services, organizations can improve both employee satisfaction and performance outcomes by tailoring solutions to actual challenges employees encounter. Using the Performance Diagnostic Checklist Human Services to enhance data collection procedures in residential treatment settings for clients with significant behavioral challenges by Gracio and Hunyadi in 2023, emphasized that inconsistent data collection can hinder the effectiveness of behavioral interventions, leading to unreliable treatment outcomes. They had found that there was a lack of correspondence between the daily narratives written by staff and the designated behavioral data collection forms. This discrepancy made it difficult to track client progress accurately and make informed decisions regarding treatment plans. To address this issue, the researchers used the Performance Diagnostic Checklist Human Services tool which is designed to assess factors that could improve staff performance in human service settings. This checklist focuses on identifying antecedents of behaviors and identifying environmental or procedural adjustments that can promote more effective data collection. The staff's daily written records were compared to formal data collection forms, which were entered digitally into a shared internet system accessible to all staff. Based on the results of the Performance Diagnostic Checklist Human Services, several antecedent-based interventions were implemented. These strategies aim to enhance staff engagement with data collection process. The study found significant improvements in data collection accuracy and consistency across all 3 residential homes. The staff members were more likely to complete behavioral data collection forms accurately after the antecedent-based strategies were applied. These improvements in data collection allow for better tracking of client behaviors and more reliable treatment planning. The findings suggest that using structured assessment tools like the Performance Diagnostic Checklist Human Services can be effective in identifying and addressing barriers to data collection in human service settings. This approach not only improved staff performance, but also contributed to better treatment outcomes for the clients. Effects of feedback statements on staff procedural integrity by Johnson, Zane, and DiGennaro-Reed in 2024 described how feedback is provided can influence staff performance when implementing behavioral interventions. Also, that improving staff adherence to protocols is a critical factor in the success of client outcomes. The study compared different types of feedback sequences that included corrective, 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 positive, positive, and positive, positive, positive. An example of corrective, corrective, corrective was, you missed one of the key steps of the protocol. Let's go over that again. Remember, it's important to follow the exact order of tasks outlined. And also, make sure to check the data sheet to ensure all information is recorded accurately. An example of the positive, positive, positive was, excellent work remembering the key steps in the procedure. You're really improving your accuracy in implementing the program. Keep up the great work with your consistency. It's making a huge difference. All feedback sequences improve procedural integrity, but the most substantial effect was observed with the positive, positive, positive sequence. The findings suggest that more positive reinforcement might have a stronger influence on staff behavior than corrective feedback alone. In addition, the findings highlighted the importance of both positive and corrective feedback to improve procedural fidelity. In conclusion, Task List Section I focuses on personnel supervision and management. Gravini and Austin 2021 emphasized that individual and team performance can be boosted by behavioral assessment models that directly and indirectly measure observable actions. Gracio and Hunyadi in 2023 determined that using structured assessment tools like the Performance Diagnostic Checklist Human Service can be effective in identifying and addressing barriers to data collection in human service settings. This approach not only improved staff performance, but also contributed to better treatment outcomes for clients. Johnson, Zane, and DiGennaro-Reed in 2024 found that more positive reinforcement might have a stronger influence on staff behavior than corrective feedback alone. My future bibliography assignment research should focus on Task List Section E, ethical and professional issues. Thank you for watching.